The Accu-Slice system consists of three components: an index table, a rail, and a carriage. You must order all three components to assemble a complete Accu-Slice system. This video will describe the options available to order a complete Accu-Slice system. The index table is the heart of the Accu-Slice system. The Accu-Slice index tables are constructed from a 1/4 inch thick aluminum plate. They are heavy and very well built. All components of the system are precision machined in our CNC machine shop, and the system is made in the USA. The Accu-Slice index tables also include the indexing wheel and 2 mag jig clamps. There are 3 different sizes of the Accu-Slice index table that are available to fit most bandsaws from 14 inches to 24 inches wide. Our basic model fits tables from 14 to 17 inches wide. Our middle size fits tables up to 21 inches wide, and our largest table fits bandsaw tables up to 24.5 inches wide. A cross-reference table of the various manufacturers of bandsaws is listed on our website. The basic model of the Accu-Slice system is the model AS173, which fits most of the 14-inch bandsaws, including the Jet, Powermatic, Laguna, Delta, and others. The requirements for this unit is that the bandsaw table must be at least 14 inches wide, that's left to right, but less than 17 inches wide, and the bandsaw table must be made of iron. The bandsaw table must be magnetic in order for the mag jig clamps to operate. Also, the distance from the bandsaw blade to the 3/4 inch miter bar slot must be less than 4 inches. This is our least expensive model and normally requires that the bandsaw fence be removed from the bandsaw. If you prefer not to remove the bandsaw fence, then we recommend that you order the next larger model index table. You can always install one of the larger models of the Accu-Slice index table on your bandsaw. The next larger model of the index table is the model AS216. This model of the index table fits all the bandsaws with table widths from 14 inches to 21 inches wide. This model also fits bandsaws with a larger distance between the bandsaw blade and a miter bar slot, such as the Rikon bandsaws, in which this distance is 6 inches. In addition, it will fit the smaller bandsaws described previously and may not require the removal of the bandsaw fence. The table incorporates 2 adjustable mag jig clamps to allow for different distances between the bandsaw blade and the miter bar slot. If you're currently thinking of purchasing an index table to fit your smaller bandsaw, but anticipate you might upgrade your bandsaw in the future, or you want the system to fit on multiple bandsaws, or you do not want to remove the bandsaw fence, then we recommend that you purchase this model instead of the smaller AS173. It just gives you more expandability. The table on this model is significantly larger than the model AS173, which does give the table some increased stability. This model is my preference over the model AS173. However, it is slightly more expensive due to the larger mass of the table. The largest model of the index table is the model AS266. This model of the index table is designed for the larger 21 to 24 inch wide bandsaw tables, such as the Powermatic 81 and PM 1800, the Minimax S600P, and the Laguna 18X. In addition, this model of the index table also fits the smaller bandsaw tables. Installing this model on the smaller bandsaw tables will provide you a larger table surface with increased stability. As with the previous model of the index table, this model of the index table also includes the 2 adjustable positioning mag jig clamps and the index wheel. In summary, you have 3 size options of the Accu-Slice index table. After you determine the index table, you need to select a rail and a carriage. The selection of these components is dependent on your application. You can always change to a larger or smaller rail or carriage in the future because all these components are interchangeable. We currently have 5 lengths of rails: 36, 48, 60, 72, and 96 inch long rails. These are the 2 most popular sizes, the 36 inch rail and the 60 inch rail. The rail is simply attached to the index table with 3/4 inch diameter, 20 thread per inch hex head screws. The normal rule of thumb for the selection of the rail length is that you can cut boards up to half the length of the rail. This is because half of the rail is on each side of the bandsaw blade. However, due to the positioning of the ball bearing rollers on the carriages, you can actually cut 2 or 3 inches longer than half the length of the rail. Swapping of these components only takes seconds. In summary, you have 5 size options for the Accu-Slice rail. We have 2 lengths of L-bracket carriages, a 12-inch long model and a 24-inch long model. To this carriage you will attach a sacrificial fence, usually made of 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch thick MDF or plywood. The sacrificial fence can be longer or taller than the carriage. What is important is that the sacrificial fence should always support the wood you are cutting. You do not want the board you are cutting hanging off the edge of the sacrificial fence. Otherwise you'll get vibration of your wood and inaccurate cuts. Normally on my 12-inch carriage I have an 18-inch sacrificial fence. Normally my fences are 6 inches high, but if I'm cutting wider boards I use a 12-inch high fence. On my 24-inch long carriage I normally use a 30-inch long sacrificial fence made out of 3/4 inch MDF. If you're cutting boards over 30 inches long and another 54 inches long, you will need 2 carriages with a longer sacrificial fence spanning both carriages, as described in my video on cutting long boards. My personal preference is to use a 36-inch rail with a 12-inch carriage when doing my segmenting work. This is the preferred combination of rail and carriage of most of our customers. However, when I'm cutting longer boards, such as the 30-inch long boards for making my Dizzy Bowl projects, I use a 24-inch long carriage and a 60-inch long rail. I do not normally leave the long rail on all the time because it takes a lot more room and it's more difficult to maneuver around the bandsaw when I'm doing smaller projects. In summary, most of our customers who order the 12-inch carriage order the 36-inch rail, and most of our customers who order the 24-inch carriage order the 60-inch long rail. Note that you cannot use the 24-inch long carriage on the 36-inch long rail. The rail is just not long enough. You have 2 size options for the Accu-Slice carriages. In summary, the Accu-Slice system consists of 3 components: an index table, a rail, and a carriage. You must order all 3 components to have a complete Accu-Slice system. There's 2 additional videos following this video, one on the installation of the Accu-Slice system and a second video on the operation of the Accu-Slice system. We have additional videos on the accessories available for the Accu-Slice system, such as the Accu-Wedge for making segmented wedges, the Accu-Slot for making Celtic ring patterns, and the Accu-Sled for other applications. In addition, we have additional videos on our website showing applications of the Accu-Slice system for the various projects we've made over the years, including our Dizzy Bowls, our segmented bowls and eggs, and other projects. Again, thank you for watching, and if we can be any further assistance, please give us a call.